Hello Internet, this is the Collective Arcana. It's a channel all about tabletop role-playing games, and today we are going to open up some new toys that I got in the mail. So what we did today was, well, a few days ago, was we ordered some minis from Reaper Miniatures directly from their website. The reason I like to do this as opposed to Amazon or something is because Reaper gives you a free mini and free shipping anytime you go over $40. It's a certain mini every month, and lately so far every month this year they've been giving you something from their new limited Reaper Bones Black line. It's a new material that they're trying out. A lot of the Kickstarter stuff from the most recent Kickstarter 4 was done in this material, and it's a little bit firmer, not quite as flexible as old bones, so people that were annoyed with that might really enjoy these new materials. That Kickstarter, by the way, just FYI, is a great investment. It's a great bang for your buck next time one comes around. But let's go ahead and get started. Take a look at these. Reaper's not paying me for this. In fact, I paid them for these miniatures. I am not receiving any sort of compensation or consideration from them for this. I'm just a big fan of their products. I use them a whole lot, and I just think they're very affordable and very nice, and again, I really like them. So, you know, shipping slip and some of their packing materials. So let's go ahead and get started here. First, right at the top here is this wonderful OGRE Chieftain. It's one of the primary reasons for my order. I've been wanting this guy ever since I saw him. And I have a lower level party now than I did when I first started looking at him. And I've actually been using minis for about a year now, maybe a little less. So I didn't really have much of a collection, so I'm very excited to be building it here. So this OGRE Chieftain is very cool, and we'll do some close-ups of everybody once we get everything opened, and we'll talk a little bit about them individually. But I love the sculpt on this guy. He's got great armor. He's got a door for a shield, which is very cool. And just tremendous. And the you can actually see, if you're not familiar, this darker gray, well, this lighter gray really, but the old bones material was in a very light gray, white, almost pure white. And next up, ooh, yes, very excited to have this one. This one would have actually come in pretty handy in a few weeks ago in my my Roll20 game, where we use a streaming camera. Just because it's fun to play with the minis. This is Shadow Demon. It's made out of this nice translucent purple, and you can really get some fun effects with these, especially if you're a better painter than me, but my wife is pretty good, takes good care of it.
I try.
And so I'm very excited to have this guy. A lot of different applications for this. You know, of course, just a random summoned monster, but of course he's got these nice horns on him, so he'll make a wonderful demon of any sort, really. And here I have one of our pre-painted ones here, just to give you a little bit of an idea of scale.
Well, I painted him.
Yes, that
he did not come pre-painted.
Then my wonderful wife painted for again for our stream party. This is our captain, and he looks great. And I think he might probably be able to handle that guy, truth be told.
Boots will be happy to hear that.
Next up, we have this wonderful, the reason for the order really is my live game party. They're level 6, and they are preparing to head down into some sewers. And I thought no better time than now to get some of these little WERERATs. I am very excited about these little guys. I have a lot of kobolds, and with the most recent Bones 4, I got a wonderful selection of goblins. But, you know, it's always good to have another little type of vermin. So that was the WERERAT BERSERKER, and I'm going to leave him out there as I pull out the rest of my new little rats.
For the first scale.
Oh yeah, let's move him in here. There's our captain. So you can see they're definitely not tiny. Definitely going to be a threat. And this is the WERERAT STALKER. He's a little bit more roguish, maybe, I don't know. And then let's see who else we have here. All right, this is a very important one. What good would a brood of WERERATs be without a Matriarch, nice little WERERAT caster type here. She's got her arms outstretched, and she's got a little bit of anatomical correctness there. But that's fun. And then, yeah, here's my last one. This is, I just got 4 of these, and I think that's going to be a pretty good encounter for them, especially with some of the little rats that I already have. Spoilers for you. Yeah, and here is the WERERAT Assassin. But there's my WERERATs. Very excited for some sewer diving and getting to see what they can do to my my level 6 party. All right, and on the subject, we had the WERERAT Matriarch. I also, you'll notice a repeating theme here as well. We have the OGRE Matriarch, and she will go very nicely with this one. My favorite thing probably about this OGRE Matriarch, in addition to just being a tremendous sculpt, is this little bitty baby ogre back here that she's got almost like on a leash. The most fun part is when you forget what you even ordered. All right. So this is a fun little blood demon. They call it a babao. Just because of some copyright issues with Wizards of the Coast. But the design is pretty spot on, including the weird little crest on the head there. Just a fun little scrawny little demon. So, a couple of my players, one in my live game is playing a dwarf, and then for backup characters for my online game, one of them has expressed interest in being a dwarf. So I don't have a lot of dwarf minis, so I wanted to pick up a couple. This is Reaper Bones DUROK Dwarf Ranger, and I just think this sculpt's got a lot of character. It's got a very fun hood, which I feel you don't see enough on dwarves, and it beats the traditional heavy armor sword and shield type, axe and shield type that you see. And to go with him, I got a Bailey Silverbell, a female dwarf, just because I don't have any female dwarves. And you can see, we talked about a little bit with the bones. You can see that lean there. Just slight. Some are a bit worse, but again, a little bit of hot water will clear that right up. And we'll get the captain out here for scale, just so you can see, and we'll actually put them on a little base here, just so you can see the height is not quite as extreme. So we 3D print a lot of our bases. You can see he's on a Bones brand. But having a 3D printer, bases are very quick and very cost effective to print those out. And you can see they come in, you can scale them to just about any size that you'd like. So that's always good. What I actually like to do with my dwarves and my shorter medium-sized is just to really sell that height difference. I like to put them on these narrower bases. These come with the WizKids line of unpainted miniatures, the deep cuts, the Nolgers. And I think they are great when you have a small, a shorter height, medium creature, and you just want to, again, sell that effect. Because you can see with a regular height base, still shorter, but not quite as noticeably so as you might want for a dwarf. Right here I've got another good player character, and ooh, you can see this one. This one you may not be able to tell quite as well, but this is in the intermediary Bones material. This is the new one that most of their minis are going to be coming out in, just like that Ogre Chieftain. You can see it's just a little bit different in color from these older materials, and so she is a little bit stiffer. And even though she's a very slight figured model, she is standing up quite well. Just a testament to the extra rigidity in that new material. And you can see her here beside the captain. She is LINI, where did I put her? LINI. She is one of the Pathfinder Iconics, and she's a great little gnome druid, and I'm very excited to have her. And then here we have another one of the Pathfinder license models from Bones, and this is going to be the GRAVEKNIGHT. I am assuming this is some sort of plot important villain from the look of him. And we'll put him on a base here so you can see he's a pretty good size. He's Boots is actually, the captain here is one of the taller Bones humanoid miniatures that I've gotten. The scale can vary a little bit, which is nice, but you can see the Gravenknight is almost as tall, maybe even taller actually. It's hard to tell from my angle here, but a great sculpt, a great villain, or just sort of an edgelord cleric for a player to maybe try out. Fun anti-paladin maybe. And we'll go ahead and set that one aside. And then we have, this one is, I saved it for last, is the Bones Black figure. So every time you, on Reaper's website, all this year so far, and I'm going to assume into the end of the year, because that's what their press release said, they are handing out these Bones Black figures, a free one, for every $40 that you spend, if you spend at least $40 at one time. So this is GARGHUK, Ogre Chieftain, and it's very nice, very cool. You can tell my players are probably going to be fighting some ogres soon. And so just kind of, here he is beside Boots again. You can see definitely larger than the average human. Let's go ahead and put him on a base here so you can really see that size difference. I think it's a great scale. I think, you know, they could be bigger, I suppose, but I really, you know, you don't want them to be full giant size. But let's go ahead and get in the rest of the family here. And you can see, so this is actually kind of nice because we get all three materials of the Bones right here in one shot. Boots here, the captain, he was this material. But he's painted now, so you can't really get much out of him. But you can see very flexible, even the arm, whereas this one, a little bit of flex, but not nearly as much. And then this one is very, very rigid. Can't really get much flex out of him at all. The scale is the same. You can definitely notice from in order here that the detail does go up quite a bit. Not really the most high detailed models over here compared to you know, if you get some of the really expensive ones, the Gale Force 9, things like that. But all these retail between $4 and $6, I think, and you just can't beat those prices, especially at this quality level. So so even though this one's got a little bit less detail than say this one over here, they're still very good quality sculpts, definitely on par with the really popular WizKids brand and everything. And I am very excited to unleash these on my players. So, with the exception of Captain Boots here, and this is what I got for my shipment, and it's pretty good, especially value-wise. I spent $40, maybe $40.80, I think, somewhere in that neighborhood, and no shipping cost here in the continental U.S. And I ordered them on Saturday, and today is Wednesday, and that's pretty good. So welcome to the collective. That's you now. You're part of it. And don't forget to like, subscribe, ring the bell. You know the drill, all that stuff. We really appreciate it. And again, thanks for coming.